Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Tech channel, everybody. We're live on YouTube and Twitch, and here we are with the Forza Horizon 5 series. We're gonna get started with buying a new car today, and then we'll get driving after. But in case you're wondering what car I'm getting, it's gonna be a Mercedes-Benz. And not just any Mercedes-Benz, but an AMG. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. It's gonna be the SLK 55 AMG from 2012, and the reason I'm getting this car is because it's small, it's light, it's got a naturally aspirated V8. It's a four cam V8, so two cams per, so the V bank, so two cams per 4 cylinders, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so it's a dual overhead cam engine basically. Naturally aspirated naturally aspirated aspirated. Oh dude, yeah, it's gonna be fun, as you can tell. Yeah, we got no turbos here, just, you know, good old big old V8 with good torque, good power, and we can afford this car. That's the main thing. This car is 78,000. We got 97,000. So this is all before Mercedes got into, you know, twin turbos and electric, e-hybrid, and all that new stuff. So this is as good as any modern V8 gets without any additional help from forced induction. Let's see if I can say it now. Naturally naturally aspirated. Yep, we got it. Let's decide on the color now. Since it's a German car, you know, you can't go wrong with silver. Silver usually looks the best. Yep, let's just go with the silver. It's a nice kind of silver. You got 5.5 liters of goodness in a really light car. It's super light. So let's see if we can take a look at the engine. It's got a cover on top. Not bad, but it still looks pretty amazing. You got dual intakes. And the engine heads look pretty big because you got two cams on each side. So the head of the engine, the V on each side, looks pretty damn big. Because you got two cams on each side, and that's a lot of cams. You got 4 cams in total. For example, you know, for reference, a modern Corvette or a Camaro, it's only got 1 cam. It's only an overhead valve engine, so. Alright, let's see how this car does stock. Oh my god, it sounds so good. That's the exact reason I wanted it. These AMGs, man, the ones that don't have any forced induction, they sound so good. They sound so natural. Naturally aspirated. Oh, that's a joke now. Oh, dude, it sounds so good. You hear that? I like the clock in the middle. Very unique. I believe the Porsches also have a clock in the middle. So does some of the Chryslers. But this one is special. Revs all the way up to like what, 75? I would say 78. You'd probably want to shift by like 72. I like this view. Looks pretty good. You're up close to the dash. You can see the stitching on the dashboard. Alright, let's start driving, man. I'm just so obsessed with the sound. It sounds so good. Dude, it sounds so good. I just want to cruise. It's about 7 gears, nice. That's smooth power, man. This is bone stock. We're doing 185, 300 kilometers. Wow, that shift? That was a crazy shift. I didn't mean to hit the car on the road, but it's all good. We hit 197 on the stock engine, stock platform. We have 0 mods. This car is untouched, basically. Let's launch it. It doesn't lose any traction. It has pretty good traction. Alright, I want to launch it my way. You know what? We got 19 grand in the bank. Why not get some small mods for this car? You know, just little bolt-ons, nothing too crazy. We don't have that much money either. I'm thinking exhaust. So this is the stock exhaust. Already sounds really good, man. This is an AMG. I like the oval tips, you know. They look real good. Okay. Sounds like a C63 now. Even though this is not the 6.2 liter. Oh, now this really sounds like a C63. Wow, smooth. I like that. I mean, the stock exhaust honestly sounds so good. It sounds so authentic. I kind of don't want to upgrade the exhaust just because the burble, it's just so authentic, man. I like the stock exhaust. Even though we're gonna get more power with the race exhaust, you know what? Let's just leave the exhaust stock. I usually don't do that. But this time, since the Benz got a really nice exhaust from the factory, we're gonna leave it stock. Let's just do some other mods. So I just don't want to ruin the sound. The sound is so nice. This naturally aspirated V8. I love it. Alright, we're gonna do intake. So I don't think we can tell a difference in the sound as far as intake goes, but let's see. Oh no, you can tell a little difference, especially with race intake. Gets more throatier, you know what I mean? More throatier. I like the throaty sound. Little more airflow with the intake manifold and the throttle body. And why not some fuel on top of that? A nice tune-up. And ignition timing. Oh, that changes the sound. A little bit. Alright, I don't want to do the exhaust, but let's just take another look. Maybe since we have some other mods, maybe exhaust sound will get better if we change it. Maybe not. Let's see. Not really. I'm keeping the stock exhaust. The stock exhaust. If you get cams, we'll be able to rev this car super high. It's gonna need 4 cams. It's got 4 cams. So we're replacing all those cams. Because why not? And the valves. We're not touching the engine block or the pistons. Cooling, yeah, we'll get the cooling as long as we can afford it. And lighter flywheel, yes. We need that. Oh! Revs so much quicker now. I love it. Still the stock exhaust, you know, because it sounds the best, in my opinion. Can we make this car even lighter? This is the lightest. You know, as in terms of a stock V8 AMG, this is as light as it's gonna get. 3,500 pounds, 3,505. So can we make it even more lighter? We can get rid of 661 pounds, bring it down to 2844 pounds, and it's gonna be an S1 class car then. I mean, we'll do it. Can we afford the whole build? 21,200. No, we cannot afford it. We basically cannot afford this right now. Too sad. We can afford the rest of the mods. What I can do is get rid of the race flywheel and race cooling and get weight reduction instead. I think I'll do that. Because I kind of like the slow revving V8 sound. It revs a little too fast. Like... And now... this. So yeah, a little more rotational mass, but it retains the sound of the AMG engine. So we'll revert the cooling and the flywheel back to stock. And we'll spend that money on weight reduction instead. I think that'll work out pretty good. Yup, that's gonna work out real good. So we're doing the race intake manifold, fuel system, ignition, cams and valves, a race weight reduction. So yeah, here's the setup. We're spending 16,700. We have 19,192. So we're gonna go up in horsepower, up in traction, and less in weight, and we're gonna jump a class over. So it's gonna be a pretty solid build. This car is really gonna wake up now. I mean, it was already pretty good from the beginning, but it's gonna be even better now. So how does it sound? Sounds amazing. Oh, whoa. Alright. Let's just look at the final horsepower figures. So 558 horsepower, 472 foot-pounds of torque at 2843 pounds of weight. And the weight reduction, the weight distribution is perfect in this car. 50-50. Like, you can't ask for anything more, man. It's got 50-50 weight distribution, so it's perfect. Should handle pretty good. Even though we haven't even touched the suspension, it should handle real well. Goes. He wants to party. Now we're at the C63 6.2 liter C63 power levels, basically. The way it drives now? Hell yeah. A lot faster because, you know, it's so much lighter. Dude, the acceleration and like right when you punch it, it goes. There's no lag because there's no force induction. Stock tires, stock suspension, still doing pretty damn good for amount of the power it has. I mean, it doesn't have any crazy amount of power, but it's still a good amount for the weight. But the stock suspension and the tires seem to do pretty damn good. I mean, the transmission is also stock, so... We've only modified the engine, and we haven't even modified it all the way. It's just bolt-ons. Oh no. Man, I love the short wheelbase. You just spin this thing around anywhere you want. Like, it's so easy. So manageable. Oh, that's far. Launch control works way better now. Just hooks and books. Alright, we need to do a top speed run before we add any more power to this car. So, from factory, we did a top speed run on a slight downhill. It did 197 miles. So let's see if we can do better than that. Before we were shifting at like 7,800 RPM. Now we're shifting at 81, 82. Oh no. Alright, let's do the top speed run. We'll start right here. Alright, we beat our old top speed by 20 miles. Instead of 197, we just hit 217. So that was pretty damn good. On the same downhill, so there was a downhill again. It did pretty good. I wonder if we can get a supercharger for this car. It would almost sound like an E55. Or an S55, or I don't know, there's a bunch of other 55 compressors, you know, models. Even the G class comes, the older G class, it had a G55 variant, which is a 5.5 liter, the same engine as this car, but supercharged. So if you put a supercharger on this car, yeah, it wouldn't be naturally aspirated anymore, but it would have more power, and it wouldn't have any turbo lag, because superchargers, they don't work by your exhaust gases, they just spin with your engine. So this is what it sounds like right now, naturally aspirated. And here's twin turbo. 84 extra horse, so that's pretty good. So supercharger is less, only 49 extra horse. Oh, but it sounds so good, wow. Of course, turbos are going to give us the most amount of power, but turbos also come with turbo lag, as you can tell by looking at the graph at the bottom left hand corner. Yeah, in the beginning it has a little dip before it shoots up, and that's just your regular turbo lag. But if you look at the graph on the supercharger, it's very linear. You know, you get the power right from the get-go. You have no lag whatsoever. So we'll get the supercharger. Can we afford the race supercharger? Do we have enough for that? No, we don't have enough money for that, but let's just see how it sounds like. So this is what we have, the regular base street positive displacement supercharger. So, you know, the basic one. This is sport. You can hear it a little more. And this is race. This sounds like a little baby Hellcat now. A German Hellcat? Unfortunately, we can't do that right now because we don't have enough money for it. But we'll just get the basic supercharger for 1500. I wish they were that cheap in real life, but unfortunately they're not. So yeah, we're putting a small supercharger on here. Let's see how it does now. It's gonna be a blast. Even more power, man. And the sound, watch. The sound is gonna be so good. So it's almost gonna feel naturally aspirated because superchargers don't create any lag. But we'll have the additional power. Nice. Wow, this car is fast. For only being 600 horsepower and like 500 something torque. This is fast. Alright, let's do 100. What would you call that in miles? 60? 60 to 120 run. Yep. We'll do a 60 to 120 run. That's pretty quick. So that was basically 100 kilometers to 200 kilometers. 60 to 120, roughly. Can we beat 217? 217 miles was our last top speed run. Easy. 220. 221. 222. 223. 224. Oh, we gotta stop. Let's just call that 225. I'm pretty sure I was gonna do 225. I think it had it in it. Wow, this AMG has a really short 7th gear. As you can see, the RPM only drops 500 from 6th to 7th. That's a short 6th to 7th gear ratio from factory. You don't see that a lot. Usually you'd have a really tall 7th gear or like whichever gear is the final gear for highway. But not on this car. This is a real sports car. It's a roadster, actually. Oh my god. This thing is wild, man. Alright, how about this? We only have $992 left. We spent all our money. Oh man, this is kind of sad. Alright, how about this? We're gonna do some events and make some money and make this car even faster. That's the plan. That's the plan for the rest of this stream. For this stream, we got our plan set. So now we just need to find some events where we can get it down. Oh, so I was actually doing this event last time. Where did it go? Where the hell did it go? It was just right here somewhere. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah, and I finished second overall. Maybe yes, finished third or second. And I didn't win the reward, but we can reattempt this, retry this championship. And this time, maybe I'll win. And we'll make some money there. And with that money, we'll modify this car. Oh. Oh no. Alright, we're back with the championship. We're gonna get, first place. No second or third this time. And of course, I'm gonna be using the same car as last time. Because I know it's the best one for this event. Somebody just commented saying, I don't know why Forza looks, better in terms of graphics. And I would say, I don't know, bro. It depends on the graphic settings and the resolution you're playing on. It all depends. I think both these games look pretty damn good. No! I was supposed to turn there. I'm gonna restart. I thought I was gonna go straight. I wanna go with the inside view. Alright, another restart. Okay. I need to do this properly. And I think I'm gonna make some changes. Alright. That's not good enough. We gotta restart. Not good enough, man. Alright. One more try. No! That's not good enough, man. We're restarting this again. I'm getting first place. I don't care. I don't care how many retries it takes. I'm getting that first place. I just gotta make more tweaks to the car. I know this car's got it. Maybe this gear ratio and the setup is gonna work? Let's find out. Finally. Finally, dude. That was tough. We had to change the setup so many times, but we got it done. Alright, let's get this championship done. ASAP. So we can buy the bigger supercharger for AMG SLK55. Alright, that was a good race, but not good enough. We're gonna retry. Maybe I can make some changes to the setup. Just because this map has some long straightaways, I'm gonna make the gear ratio taller so we can hold each gear for longer. Let's see what the best ratio is gonna be. That seems pretty good to me. Make the car a little higher. Perfect. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. I'm telling you, that's gonna do it. Wait, give me a little break here. I need to drink some water. Alright, let's go. Man, That's not gonna do it. Keep having to restart. I mean, come on. Alright, what if I make the gears like super long, like ultra long? Is the car gonna suck? Basically. Yeah, I mean, let's just give it one more go. One more go. And this time, let's just get rid of any camber. And make the car a little higher. Oh my god, bro. I'm on the last position? Are you kidding me? You know what? I'm gonna restart this event with a different car. Because no matter what I do to this car, it's just not gonna cut it. It's just not gonna cut it, bro. I mean, we got first place in the first event, and that was tough. You had to restart like 5 times. And I've already restarted like 5 times again for the second event, but nope. It's just not working. Sorry, bud. I gotta do this championship, or else I'd be down to race you. Oh, he really wants to race. Man, I want to race you too. Yeah, as much as I'd like to race you right now, I just want to get the championship done. So, I'm gonna go with a lower class car. This is a B class car. Oh, I can't do that! I can only choose a B class car for this event. Well, let's not use this GTR anymore, because I'm done with it. What about this? The Pulsar GTIR. This might be fun, man. This might be hilarious. Because if you choose a slower car, everybody else was also... You know, everybody else will also have a slower car to match your car, basically. That's just how this game works. So even though this is a B-class car, just like our GTR, since it's got lower horsepower and all that, other cars should also have lower horsepower. So that might make this race a little easier. Let's just see. I could be wrong. This thing is modified. Feel like we have a better chance with this car. So even though we do have a R34 GTR in this race, it's not gonna be like close to 400 horsepower, just because our car is not. Our car is 270, so most cars in this race will be around like 270, 300 horse. This car is almost 1,000 pounds lighter than the R34, and you can literally feel that. And I messed up. I'm restarting. Yeah. So sad, right? I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is gonna be it. We're gonna get first place. No more restarts. Even though it has like more than 100 horsepower less compared to our R34, just because it has 1,000 less pounds of weight, it feels a lot more faster for some reason. And a lot more manageable too. Like we're easily able to catch up to these cars. And these are the first 3 cars, like 3, 2, 1 position cars. Man, I keep messing up on this turn. What the hell? The second time, bro. What the? Oh my god, the same turn? I'm disappointed in myself right now, bro. I better do it right this time. Same damn turn? This thing sounds like a Honda, but holds like a Nissan. Get out of my way, bro! That was a tough one. Finally. Yep, we got one more to go. This is it. We got the championship. We won it, almost. Alright, we have some money. We'll have some more after we win this championship. And then we'll go back to our Benz SLK55. Make it a little more faster. Alright, the final event. So this car, not a whole lot of power, but decent amount of torque. And really low weight, so that's a recipe for this car. And all-wheel drive, you know. It's a baby GTR, I would say. It's from 1990. A baby GTR. I mean, it looks nothing like a GTR. But the way it goes, only thing that goes like this is the GTR, so I'm gonna call it a baby GTR. Alright, give me a little bit here. Yo, we've been streaming for 1 hour 20 minutes. That's solid. Time flew by today. Alright, let's get this done. I mean, that was super easy. Compared to the last two races. No restarts, none of that drama. Just cut it done. And let's see what the reward is. Nice. It's my second 2014 Holden GTS, I believe. HSV, something like that. It's an Australian version of the Chevy SS, basically. But supercharged, I believe. So even better. Alright, we're back, We got the championship out of the way. We got a car. And we got some money. And let's switch back to... we're actually gonna just straight go to the garage. And switch back to our AMG and throw the bigger supercharger on there. We're just gonna max it out now. No time wasted. I think we have enough money for it. As you can see, I got a bunch of AMGs. They're all very unique in their own class. So this one is the lightest naturally aspirated. Let's go back, and it's not naturally aspirated anymore because we put a supercharger on there. But that's fine. Alright, we're gonna max it out now. Maybe not max it out, let's just max out the supercharger first. So right now we're sitting at 607 horse, 514 torque. Those are solid numbers. The internet might make you, you know, think these numbers are not enough. But trust me, these numbers are solid. Especially on a car that's less than 3,000 pounds. Now I can really hear it. So the only thing that was left to do was get an exhaust, bigger block and pistons, and cooling and intercooler. You know, so there is still a lot left to do on this engine. I'm keeping the stock exhaust. Sounds the best. Alright. What's the bigger block gonna be? Let's see. So right now we got a 5.5, 5.461, so 5.5. Oh, we can get a 5.8 liter in here? Whoa. These are Hellcat numbers basically. 700 horse, 600 torque almost. Hellcat has 650. So, yeah. We're gonna get the bigger block. Pistons? Yes! Oh, now we're really gonna be close to Hellcat numbers, but with a lot less weight. So much less weight. Okay, and... oh yeah, now we're getting close to, like, red eye numbers. Almost there. Not quite there, but almost there. Alright, can we afford all this? 18,700. We have 37,000. Perfect. We can afford it. So we haven't touched the suspension or the tires, so this thing is gonna roast the tires. That's fine. Alright, we're gonna be putting Hellcats to shame now. Hellcats, demons, red eyes. As long as they're stock. Even if they have little mods, this car won't care, because it only has less than 3,000 pounds of weight. It's like a feather. Unless the Hellcat has like 1,200 horse, I'm pretty sure any 800 horsepower Hellcat can't beat this car. I have faith in this car. I mean, listen to that V8 supercharger. It shifts kind of slow because this transmission is still stock. And this car is from 2012, so it's a little old. But it's not that slow. It's manageable, you know. It's doable. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no Hellcats touching this, bro. You need like an M5 at least to race this car. A modified M5, not a stock M5. I'm surprised the stock suspension, stock brakes, and the stock tires are holding up to this power level. Like, that's the most surprising part. Oh my god, bro. This car is crazy. You saw that? That's not normal. Alright, here's the plan. I've got a little plan. We're gonna take this thing up to the highway. I'm sure we're gonna run into some people, online players, and we're gonna do some online highway roll racing. Well, let's just cruise there. I just want to listen to this V8. This car is wild. Our last top speed run was 217, I believe. So let's see if it can do more than that. $240, wow. Alright, that was a solid session, everybody. Yeah, lots of fun with this car. We'll continue with this car in the next session as well. Maybe we'll make some more changes to it. But for this one, this is it. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, everybody. Peace out.